Hey, what's up, you guys? I know I have not been on this channel for a while, but it was a lot going on, and I kind of want to talk about the most recent thing that went on in my life. It was where it was kind of like basically this is basically a recapping of something that I have experienced through the time being off YouTube, and I kind of want to talk about this and really get off it and really just have fun and make fun situations. So let's do that. Um, first thing. Let's talk about the most recent thing that happened. At my most recent thing that happened at my job that I felt kind of freaked out about. It was it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday, and for some unfortunate thing, somebody almost shot at our store. I work at okay. If you don't know, I work at a Wendy's, and at our store, we have a lot of personalities. You could say personalities, a lot of personalities, and a lot of not giving a not giving a fuck attitudes. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you, because it's gonna help you understand the entire video most likely. What happened was it we what so, what happened was during it was a order that had went wrong on through the mobile app, and I was in the back doing prep, and I was just chilling and stuff the whole time because we had nobody as always. We're always short staffed, and we don't have any person, so I usually had to fill in the spots for to do prep and other set things. So now I do prep. My manager, she was on the phone with somebody, and I overheard her conversation because it was like only a few feet away from me, and which transpired was something I thought would happen. What happened was they got into a heated argument. Okay, started a heated argument, and then it ended with her saying "fuck you" and "fuck your sandwich" because apparently his sandwich was incorrect. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because it's really weird how like overall like working at Wendy's or working at any establishment, customer service is very much so a very important fact that reason why people keep coming back. Like nobody's gonna keep coming back to a restaurant if it's terrible or it's disgusting or stuff like that. You basically any negative thing really about the restaurant that can be corrected is is gonna be mostly not something most people gonna appreciate or want to deal with or be around. And that's what was shown on Tuesday. I remember sh- the manager, she didn't give a fuck. She didn't give a fuck. And then the worst part about it is saying the guy, it was a guy who was on the phone with her. He had came to our store. And he said, if I guess somebody say fuck you, fuck me, and fuck you. I'm ready to do some fucking. I'm like, reason why I'm sorry for using so much profanity, but this was basically how the situation went down. It was a lot of cursing, a lot of confusion, a lot of like almost like to the point the police had to get called, and they had to watch the store for at least an hour or two to make sure he wasn't coming back to actually shoot us. And it's so bad to the point like we had a new worker that day. She was freaked out because he had to when he had came back to get back and like start cursing everybody out. I probably didn't explain that very well. He came back and started cursing everybody out to drive through, and when he would come to drive through, he was just being rude, malicious, and to every person that he came in contact with to like the drive through, and it was just very much so like a very chaotic time. It was just like it's only a Tuesday. It was like 9 something in the morning. Why do we have to do this? That was my first thing to think about. Like, why did we really have to talk? Like, not like get involved with such a time. Like, basically, what I'm trying to say is my manager should have been handling a lot better because work in customer service, and we should respect like the people who come and basically help us get our paychecks. But also, I can see from her point of view, like, I'd be talked to any type of way because she did say he was slick out the mouth on the phone and everything. But at the same time, she is refrain from it, like, be a bigger person. I know that sounds so super childish, but in a lot of situations, you have to be a bigger person for the situation to move on and grow. And it did not. It got worse and worse and worse, and the semblance of any bit of peace will like destroy. Oh, that was one thing. That's one. That's the most recent thing that happened. Another thing that happened was, a manager just quit out of nowhere at work, and what I mean by that is, I remember one week we lost like two, three managers, and it was like a couple weeks ago. The first manager left because she quit because people were treating her incorrectly, and she took it at offense. Of course, that's going to happen. The other one, he had to change areas. That's fully understandable. But this one really took the cake. This one took the cake. I was at work working night shift, and I was just helping out, doing my thing. And towards the end of my shift, one manager, he was a newer manager. He says he can't do this because he have a separate dream that he's willing to pursue, like I am. For instance, I'm in the pursuit of YouTube. He's in the pursuit of bakery and baking and stuff. I like baking and making cakes, doing commissions for people and everything. Oh, good. What? I dropped something, but he basically commissioned to do things for people that involve baking and other said things like that. But he said this job was not meant for him. He was not enjoying the job, and he hated it. So right before the end of his shift, he left his keys near the ice cream station, and just walked out. When in his shift, I was like, dang, dang, like, no pass, no go, not even telling anybody anything. It was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, we're just gonna leave. We're just gonna leave. It's some worse things I can remember. Another recent thing that happened, that we had a manager with like 3 hours late to work, and that was such bull crap in a scheme. Cause this is how I feel. This is how I feel about it. I worked so hard. I was at work since like 4 o'clock in the morning, as I usually am. Yes, I usually am 4 o'clock in the morning. And he was late. He was so freaking late. He was supposed to be at work at 5. He didn't come to work till 8. And I was just like, why is this? Why is this? I was so irritated and like very like, I could say I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the vibe. I'm like, why are you this late to work? Like, any other time you'd be like right on time, right? You'd be calling in and saying you'd be late or anything like that. This time you're just like, I don't care. I'm like, communication is key, baby. Come on, communication key. Why are you late? Where would you do that? But the reason I'm really talking about this situation is because it did put a lot of like dampers on a lot of the day, because, for instance, we had a new recruit. She left because he wasn't there, and she said, "Oh, F it, I'm not gonna be here. The manager not here. He's supposed to set an example for me." I'm like, true, but at the same time, you can still stay and help out and do some work. But at the same time, she's like, "No, I'm not doing that." Okay, but I understand that person's point of view and all that, and I just wish like. Overall, these stories are really like talking about how like my work environment have been a very chaotic mess for the past few weeks, and I kind of didn't want to talk about these situations. The reason why is because they're weighing on me. They're weighing on me a little bit. The reason why they're weighing on me a little bit is because there are constant threads of things that I cannot get rid of because they're constantly part of my life, and I love my job so much. I just hate all the people, all the things that are attached to it. You know what I mean? Like, I like what I do, but I hate the people I'm working with. And I kind of just really want to come here and talk about it because the reason why I have been making videos or doing stuff like this, or I know this video may not be doing so well, like do so well in a couple of weeks or a year. I don't really care. Is because I work so hard at this job and I don't get no love, no respect, no anything, barely anything, except for a few of my coworkers, which I love and I appreciate so much. But it's just I'm hating that the like some like people like let me see how I put this. You know how people are in positions they shouldn't be in. It's like that, but I guess literally can't do a zilch about it because I have no power. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing but except rise to the occasion. But then I'll end up being just like those people because those people became like that because all the stress and just stress and all the heartache and all the stuff they had to deal with being a manager. And I'll be honest, I don't want to be a manager. I just want to work and get my money. But it doesn't excuse the fact that we all are having these unfavorable things happen. A lot of people are paying the price for it. Like for instance, that first story I talked about with that guy who's about to like try to shoot up our store, because of the argument he had on the phone with with the manager at the time. That can be all avoided. Think about it. If he had actually came and shot us, we would have problems, would we not? Like that's a problem. The reason why the manager left because job getting his way to his dreams. That's a problem. The way that it's like how being late is appreciated and not at all like talked about or anything like that, which can be put a damper in freaking business sales and all these things like at work. The reason why I'm going so hard about it is because let me shut the class up. All right, but the reason I'm going so hard about it and talking about it is because regardless of what I do, I'm a professional. I don't care what it is. I don't care how good I am. I'm professional, and I work really hard at it, and I really do love what I do, and I appreciate all the hard work I put into it. I love you guys. See you guys next one, and I know it's almost it. Bye. Love you guys so much. Bye. Oh. Oh, no.